Máximo Gonzalez and his mariachi band serenade a neighborhood in Colombia's capital. These musicians used to play at weddings, birthday parties, and concert halls. But social distancing measures have forced them to wander the city, playing for tips outside apartment buildings.
We don't have any other choice right now. We're not getting government funds or help with food, and we have to support our families.
These roving mariachi bands are among thousands of musicians around the world, trying to find new ways to make a living in the time of COVID-19. In Colombia, that includes musicians who play for private parties through video conferencing apps. While in the US, some bands have been experimenting with digital concerts.
You know, there are a lot of people that are still working from home and they love live music. If you can figure out a way to translate your music, you know, online, you know, it gives those fans, you know, something to look forward to.
Skerrick is a saxophone player from Seattle who used to perform dozens of live shows each year. He's done 3 online shows since March and made $8,000 in tips. The money helps, but his production costs are also higher.
You're definitely not making as much money. You know, playing in a club, 20% of the door might go to the club, whereas doing a live stream, about 80% goes to expenses.
According to Goldman Sachs, global revenues from live music will fall by 75% this year, as hundreds of events are cancelled around the world. That's prompted musicians to turn elsewhere for funding. In the US, a petition is calling on YouTube to donate 1% of its ad revenue to an emergency fund for musicians. In the UK, meanwhile, the National Musicians Union has launched a campaign to increase income that musicians get from streaming services like Spotify.
And what we're calling for in the UK is a government review. There's no way the record labels are going to agree to take less money. So we think a government review could actually get sight of the licensing deals that are in place and actually bring people around the table to have a negotiation about what's fair and how money could be distributed more fairly.
Before the pandemic, most musicians around the world had been making a living the old-fashioned way, through live shows. Until concert venues can open again, only the most resourceful musicians will be able to live off their craft. Manuel Rueda, TRT World, Bogota.